Are you brave enough to learn about the infamous Japanese urban legend Teke Teke? This horrifying tale has been terrifying people in Japan for decades, with reports of sightings still circulating to this day. From her tragic origins to her gruesome methods of attack, there's plenty to learn about this vengeful spirit. So, without further ado, here are 10 spine-chilling facts about Teke Teke that will make your skin crawl. Before starting, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more future updates. So let's start. Number 10, potentially created right after World War II. There are many potential origin stories of the Teke Teke, but one of them begins shortly after the end of World War II. As one story goes, an office worker in Mororan, Hokkaido, was allegedly assaulted by American military personnel. Out of grief and pain, she leaped from a bridge onto the railway tracks and was hit by a train that tore her body in half. However, instead of passing quickly from her injuries, she was able to crawl with her upper half to the nearby train station. Instead of receiving any aid, she was instead covered with a plastic tarp and forgotten about. Understandably, she then suffered a long agonizing death due to the harsh cold in Hokkaido. As the legend goes, those who hear the tale of the woman who was hit by the train will supposedly encounter her ghost after 3 days. The ghost, who has no lower body, will persistently pursue the person and is believed to crawl at remarkable speeds of up to 93 miles per hour, 150 kilometers per hour, making escape nearly impossible, even in a vehicle. Some suggest that the ghost is searching for her lost legs, while others argue that her fury toward humanity's disregard for her during her last moments has transformed her into an unforgiving killer. If she catches her prey, the ghost is rumored to tear them in half and appropriate their lower body as her own. Number 9, classified as an onryo. Onryo, a type of vengeful spirit, is said to embody the woman's ghost. These spirits are typically women who have been wronged and whose intense fury and resentment tie them to this world even after death. Their sole purpose is to seek revenge against those who caused their untimely demise, whether by their own hand or by the hand of someone else. The Teke Teke is a perfect example of an onryo since she is both vengeful toward the one who assaulted her as well as the many who walked past her and disregarded her as she was dying at the train station. The legend of the Teke Teke serves as a reminder of the horrors that can befall those who ignore the suffering of others. Number 8, the spirit of a young schoolgirl. Maybe. The second potential origin story for the Teke Teke revolves around a young schoolgirl who was constantly bullied by her classmates for being afraid of her own shadow. Tragically, her peers' cruelty resulted in her untimely death. When a prank involving a cicada bug went horribly wrong. As she fell onto the train tracks, the Shinkansen sped by, severing her body in two. From that moment on, her vengeful spirit was said to haunt train stations across Japan, seeking revenge against those who had wronged her in life. What's particularly unsettling about this legend is how relatable it is. Many of us can remember a time when we were teased or bullied by our peers, and it's this sense of empathy that makes the tale of Teke Teke all the more chilling. It's a stark reminder of the potential consequences of bullying and how it can have lasting effects even after death. So, if you ever find yourself waiting at a train station in Japan and hear the sound of scratching claws getting closer, you might want to think twice before looking over your shoulder. Number 7 comes from the sound she makes. The name of the terrifying legend, Teke Teke, is not just a meaningless label. In fact, it's a representation of the chilling sound she is said to make as she drags herself along the ground. It's said that the sound is created by the metallic scrape of her claws against the pavement as she makes her way toward her unsuspecting victims. This sound sends shivers down the spines of those who hear it, striking fear into the hearts of all who dare to cross her path. So the next time you hear an eerie scraping sound in the dead of night, beware, for it could be the sound of Teke Teke herself, coming to claim her next victim. Number 6, the Teke Teke has claws, not fingernails. As she dragged herself around with her arms, she found that her fingernails were quickly worn down and became painful to use on the rough surfaces she encountered. In her anger and desperation, she prayed for a way to make her movement easier and more efficient. Her prayers were answered in the form of long, sharp claws that replaced her fingernails. These claws enabled her to dig into the ground and pull herself along with less pain and more speed. However, these claws also became deadly weapons that she used to attack and kill anyone who crossed her path, fueling her unending thirst for revenge. Number 5. Victims become Teke Teke themselves. According to the legend, those who encounter Teke Teke and are unable to outrun or escape her fate will themselves become Teke Teke. The spirit is said to possess the power to curse her victims and transform them into Teke Teke monsters just like her. These newly created Teke Teke spirits are said to be even more aggressive and relentless than the original, roaming the streets in search of new victims to add to their ranks. Some versions of the legend suggest that the transformation takes place at the moment of death, while others say it happens after a certain amount of time has passed. The idea of becoming a monster like Teke Teke is a terrifying one, as it suggests that not only is there no escape from her wrath, but there is also no hope for redemption once she has claimed you. The legend serves as a warning to those who might be tempted to mock or harm others, as the consequences of their actions could be eternal damnation. The idea of Teke Teke's victims becoming Teke Teke themselves is a testament to the enduring power of the legend, as it has continued to captivate and terrify generations of listeners in Japan and beyond. Number 4. Omamori charms protect against Teke Teke. In Japan, omamori charms are known to offer protection and good luck to those who carry them. These small amulets come in various designs and are often sold at shrines and temples across the country. It is believed that carrying an omamori charm can bring good fortune and happiness and ward off evil spirits. In particular, these charms are believed to offer protection from Teke Teke. Number 3. The Teke Teke's appearance. The Teke Teke is also described as having long, unkempt hair that covers her face, making it difficult to identify her. Her eyes are said to be filled with malice and hatred, instilling fear and terror in those who lay eyes on her. Her arms are long and thin, ending in razor-sharp claws that she uses to drag herself along the ground and attack her victims. However, it's important to note that depending on which version of the story you believe, she is either a grown woman or a little girl. I'm not sure which version is creepier. Number 2. Could be completely made up instead. In a bid to curb the high incidence of bullying, abuse, and assault in Japan, another version of the Teke Teke legend suggests that the tale was specifically crafted to serve as a deterrent against such behavior. The legend's terrifying consequences are said to be a cautionary tale for those who choose to engage in such heinous acts. By instilling fear in the hearts of those who would bully, abuse, or assault others, the Teke Teke legend was an effective tool in reducing the incidence of such behavior in Japanese society. The Teke Teke legend's impact can still be felt today in Japan, where there are strict laws and policies aimed at preventing bullying, abuse, and assault. Additionally, schools and other institutions have implemented measures such as counseling and educational programs to create a safe and supportive environment for everyone. The legend of the Teke Teke continues to serve as a reminder that actions have consequences and that kindness and respect should be the guiding principles in all interactions with others. Number 1. The Teke Teke and Kashima Reiko. The Teke Teke legend has become intertwined with another popular Japanese urban legend, Kashima Reiko. Similar to one version of the Teke Teke story, Kashima Reiko was also a victim of assault that resulted in the loss of her legs. But instead of seeking revenge, Kashima Reiko decided to haunt people while they were using the bathroom. She has a strange preference for public bathroom stalls and is known to appear behind unsuspecting victims and ask them where her legs are. To survive her visit, you must answer her questions correctly, including the trick question of what her name means. If you fail to provide the correct answers, she'll allegedly rip your legs off. Kashima Reiko's name is derived from the Japanese words kamen, shurnin, and ma, which collectively mean masked dead person demon or masked death demon. Her story serves as a cautionary tale to those who mistreat others and suggests that the consequences of such actions can be severe. Although the legend of Kashima Reiko is not as well known as that of the Teke Teke, it remains a popular topic of discussion in Japan and has even inspired horror films and manga. This is it for today's video. What do you think of our video? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more future updates.